Hope everyone's having a good day, guys. Welcome back to the episode. I am so excited to be here today. I want to have three primary conversations with you. One of them is I think RFK Jr. is facing a colossal, a giant, a dangerous attack right now coming from a legacy and mainstream media, not just the New York Times, but from literally everywhere. The New York Times, Atlantic, The Hill, ABC News, CNBC, the New Republic, the Independent, all of these things. Like it is absolutely crazy. In the span of like 10 hours, there were like 20 different news articles that have dropped against RFK Jr. And to me, it is just nothing but incredibly strategic. The powers that be, I don't know. There's a lot of crazy things. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Another crazy thing is, guys, Brett Cooper, I think, is about to leave the Daily Wire. And obviously I would be so sad about it. But it looks like there's a lot more that a lot more than meets the eye. There's a lot of scoops that are coming out. There's some scandals that might be, sprouting, and it's just really crazy. So I really want us to have that conversation and get your guys' opinion on it. And the last thing I want to talk about is Calley Means was just on Fox News, and it was just incredible. It was genius. It was beautiful. And it was just a great moment for Maha. And the people in the comments, the fans, they absolutely loved this piece. And I love seeing people, seeing like real people's comments, because everyone there is like, oh my gosh, this is great. Yes, let's make our food healthier. He's not going to take away the Twinkies, but they're going to make him healthier and all these things. And it's just incredible. So we're going to go ahead and talk about it. But back to the beginning, guys. I think there's a crazy, actually, before I get into it, if you like watching videos like this, if you like the conversations that we have here, please consider liking and subscribing. It really means a lot to me. Okay, so back to the New York Times. Mike Bloomberg, former mayor of New York City, called RFK Jr. beyond dangerous. Wow. Beyond dangerous as health secretary. And he was urging President Trump to rethink Kennedy's nomination. And he even went so far to say, if Mr. President cannot be persuaded, then the Senate has a duty to our whole country, but especially to our children, to vote against confirming him. Mr. Bloomberg got some beef with Mr. Kennedy. That is nuts. But I don't think he's alone, because like I said, I think RFK Jr. is being targeted right now. Guys, you guys know me. I like Kennedy. I love Kennedy. I'm for Kennedy. I've been so for a while, and I always look him up. Right, I look what's happening on Google News, and I just look at the timestamps to see if he's if he's making his name in the cycle, all these things. And I remember doing this in like June and August, whenever he was actually running. And I gotta tell you, I never saw the frequency of these news articles ever until today. But look at this. The New York Times put out this article 11 hours ago. Okay? That's crazy. The Atlantic, 10 hours ago. The Hill, 34 minutes ago. ABC News, 14 hours ago. CNBC, 5 hours ago. The New Republic, 10 hours ago. The Independent, a day ago. Newsweek, 16 hours ago. Rolling Stone, 10 hours ago. Vanity Fair, 3 hours ago. Guys, this is just the first page of Google News. That is absolutely absurd. I don't think anybody could tell me that this isn't strategic and that the powers that be are trying to persuade the masses. I think that's exactly what we're seeing, and I think a lot of it is because they're scared. They're protecting big pharma, they're protecting big food, all these things. That's what I believe. Let me know what you think if you have any other ideas, but it's crazy. One other article from the Atlantic says RFK Jr. is in the wrong agency, talking about how maybe he should be agriculture secretary. All right, sure, not terrible. And look at this. I saw this as well from the New Republic. They talked about RFK Jr.'s fluoride position, calling it just another scam. RFK Jr. wants to stop putting fluoride in public water. We've talked about that before. All right, for the most part, we like it. All right. And a lot of people don't really have a lot of questions in that regard once they actually study what he's actually about. Also, real quick, I've actually talked about this on my newsletter. It's one of the 5 lies that I mention in the 5 lies you've been told about Robert F. Kennedy Jr. So if you want to actually read more about his position on fluoride, you totally can. I'll go ahead and have it linked up. Also, this newsletter is completely free to sign up for. It's really nice. There is a paid option if you want. You absolutely don't have to. But I think it's a good newsletter, and a lot of people tend to like it. It's actually my most popular newsletter. So feel free to check it out. All right. Now, continuing on with RFK Jr. over on X, guys, like I said, he's just been making waves all across the internet, and he's not even in a position of like significant power. He's not in charge of the HHS right now. He is just, chilling, coming off of this election season. He's fine. But already people are feeling the heat. People are feeling the heat in the kitchen, and it's so great. I saw this picture of someone's refrigerator on X, and it's just a picture of RFK Jr. that says, "Don't eat that," and it's just incredible. He knows you're reaching for the Hershey's bar. He knows you're reaching for the ice cream. He knows you're reaching for some soda, and he's like, "Don't eat that. Make a better decision." And already, I love it. This has almost 250,000 views, and it is incredible. More people who are who have been praising RFK Jr. Just knowing how much of an astronomical difference he's going to make in our everyday lives. Brett Cooper, she wrote, "Please, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., save us from this." And she was requoting, or she was quoting a tweet from Pop Base that said, Dove and Crumble Cookies announce a collaboration for a new set of deodorants, confetti cake and lemon glaze. Tell me, who wants their armpits to smell like lemon glaze or confetti cake? That makes 0 sense to me. You guys know I like teeth. I'm always in the teeth aisle, or the dental hygiene aisle in stores like Target and Walmart. I like to see what's new in the teeth world. And I always have to pass by the kids section, and the kids section, like their toothpastes are crazy. It's like strawberry or watermelon, or they probably have some flavors like this, like confetti or lemon, and you need it for children. All right, kids, toothpaste, they need to taste good because you need to build healthier habits, and I understand this. But to me, this gives like confetti cake deodorant, that gives like confetti toothpaste, and it just feels unnecessary. This is for a grown up. If this was aimed at targeting, young people going through puberty, like that's a whole other thing. But this looks like it's just for grown people who want their armpits to smell like confetti. And it's crazy. And I love that Brett Cooper said, "Please, RFK Jr., save us from this. Please." I love it. But like we said earlier, we think that Brett Cooper is actually going to be out of a job soon, which would be devastating. I'll play this. I'll play a little bit of this video by Ian Carroll. Right, he wrote, "The next Daily Wire scandal is coming in hot. Word is they're forcing Brett Cooper out in the most evil way imaginable and replacing her with her best friend." That is nuts. Let's have a quick look.
Dude, I think the Daily Wire might be about to collapse. My buddy James just got a scoop from an inside source that Brett Cooper is getting pushed out of the Daily Wire, and there's this whole crazy contract thing. And I just got word from a source at the Daily Wire that Brett is not the only big name that is on the way out at Daily Wire. We're going to cover the Snow White movie, Pendragon.
That is insane. And a lot of people on X are talking about it. Like, I love that Chadwick Paul, they wrote, "If the Daily Wire cancels Brett Cooper, I cancel the Daily Wire. They're becoming another poorly managed media company guided by ego." Ashley says, "If the Daily Wire replaces Brett Cooper, I will stop watching/listening despite my love for Michael Douglas and Matt Walsh's shows." That is crazy. Rumors are that the Daily Wire is on fire, in financial ruin, and are firing Brett Cooper. Now, again, this isn't the first time we've seen kind of a crazy exit. We just saw this with Candace Owens. Isabella Moody wrote, Brett Cooper wanted to leave after how Daily Wire tweeted Candace Owens. And she was also probably tired of Jeremy Boring being a creep. So what's happening behind the scenes? Not entirely sure, but we do know things are getting heated, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see some crazy, nasty exit coming soon. Also, I've watched the Daily Wire. I mean, I've watched the comment section since the beginning, and this like really does bum me out. And I think an interesting question to ask is like, would you consider watching if Brett Cooper's not there? Right? I'm bringing up one of her videos right now where it actually has like the guest host because that's who they're saying is going to be replacing her. So I'm gonna share this real quick. Yeah, this is the person who she comes on like on the weekends and she kind of does the same exact show. And I've watched a couple of these videos, right? They're for the most part exactly the same. And to me, that kind of communicates that they've almost created a copy paste template for Brett Cooper to follow. So honestly, I think the show could continue to exist. I think the comment section at this point is almost I think it could exist without Brett Cooper, and I think it's just going to be the comment section with Reagan, right? That's the new producer's name, and maybe that's the future, right? So you let me know if you would continue to watch without Brett Cooper. I think that's an interesting conversation, but yeah, nonetheless, absolutely crazy. But guys, another thing that's crazy, but in a really good way, was seeing Calley Means almost defend RFK Jr. and uplift making America healthy again. I absolutely love this. Check this out. This is on Fox News.
I want to be clear. Bobby Kennedy's not saying he's going to take the Twinkies away, but we should be starting to ask questions as 77% of young adults aren't eligible to join the military in the United States due to metabolic health, due to food. We have these things called GRAS standards. No other country has them where food companies can self-police. That's not conservative. It's not liberal. It just doesn't make sense. We have 10,000 ingredients that aren't allowed in European foods. Even more alarmingly, Rachel, we subsidize this food.
Yeah.
Again, Twinkies should exist, but I was just on Amazon right before this show. They're available for SNAP. You can buy them with food stamp dollars right now, Twinkies. Additionally, Twinkies actually qualify for federally funded school lunch programs. There's no nutrition or sugar limits on federally funded school lunches. The last thing I'll mention, the USDA essentially recommends Twinkies for 2-year-olds. The USDA right now, our guidelines, which are very corrupt, say that 10% of a 2-year-old's diet can be added sugar. So by the letter of the nutrition guidelines, we're actually recommending Twinkies to kids. So as you said, there's a real optimistic vision here. I think the food industry is not fully understanding what President Trump and RFK are saying. They're saying, let's get all stakeholders together. Let's have American food be the most nutritious food in the world, and the best food in the world.
So when you talk,
I love how the host says amen to that. And this still baffles me that this is at all controversial. This man, he's not saying let's get rid of the food. He's saying let's keep the food, but let's make it the most nutritious it can be. Let's put real ingredients. How is this bad? Who's resisting this? And you know what I'd say? Like, and this kind of ties into the beginning over here, where all these people are against RFK Jr. All these people are against him being health secretary. Like, I'm looking at all these people and I'm like, who owns you? Why do you hate the American people? Why do you want to keep seeing people sick? Why are you pushing this nonsense? This genuinely breaks my heart. And I really hope this doesn't work. And honestly, the way that we make sure it doesn't work is by we keep having these conversations. We keep talking about the good. We keep elevating that part. And I do think on the polar opposite of all of those terrible articles are real people who know the truth because they deal with this stuff every day. You know, they maybe they travel to other countries and maybe they experience those foods and they just know what it does to their bodies, and then they come back here and it just almost deteriorates them. And with these people, just know, like, I love these are like the top 5 comments on this video. It's crazy. But one person says he's not in office. 2, he never said he was forcibly removing junk food, just removing completely unneeded and harmful substances like artificial dye and fake sugar, aka high fructose corn syrup. You can still enjoy every piece of junk food, and you can stuff your face in it. It just needs to have real ingredients. Okay, Ellen even says all Americans should be in support of a stronger regulation for the poison that is in junk food. Again, she's not, I love how she doesn't call junk food poison. She calls the ingredients poison. That is such an important detail. And even another comment says, I don't think RFK Jr. is trying to ban snack foods. No, no. He just wants to get the poison out of it. Just my opinion. And this is just so clear in the comment section. It is crazy. It's not even about ending junk food snacks. It's about ending the cancerous and the chemical junk they put into it. It is insane. Yeah, and it's going beyond RFK Jr. The last comment I'll read is, it's the chemicals in the foods. Use less harmful chemicals. RFK Jr. is not the only one who wants this. No, he's not. This is something that every American should get behind. This isn't a political issue. This is just a food. This is a health issue. And we shouldn't try to make this about politics. We should just try to make this about giving people the best possible future for their life, for their kids' life, for their grandchildren's life. And that's what I believe. That's what I'm pressing for. And geez, come on, guys. We need to make sure RFK Jr. gets confirmed. Right? I think that's our next biggest hurdle. All right. I think it's gonna happen, but not if we take our foot off the gas. All right. Because the people who watch these videos, they kind of know what's up. They're paying attention. But the people who don't, the people who are just reading mainstream news and they're just saying, oh my gosh, RFK Jr., bad man, RFK Jr., villain. Like, the people who believe the lies, that's when it's going to be dangerous. We need to make sure that we educate people. You know, speaking of educated people, read the newsletter. All right. If you know someone who is, you know, kind of talking nonsense about RFK Jr., send them this newsletter, because I talk about like all the lies, pretty much, not all of them, right? I could have probably extended this article, but I thought I could do like a part 1 and a part 2. But let me know if you guys want that. But I created that newsletter because I wanted it to be a space for people to kind of educate themselves or educate other people on RFK Jr. Because if you just believe the noise, then it's going to be a rude wake up call, because what you see from Rolling Stone, they have been very, very less than honest people. So that's important. The last thing I'll share is, this is actually kind of cool. Scott Presler, who pretty much flipped Pennsylvania in this election season, he's going to be on Nicole Shanahan's podcast today. That is really, really awesome. I'm really excited to see that. I love both of those people, so I'm really excited to see that. Okay, this is actually the last thing I want to share. This is like the very positive politics aspect of this, and I just think it's incredible. I saw this woman on X. I saw it from Alpha Fox, and she just does like a news anchor impersonation. That she could be an actual news anchor, and I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't know. But look at this. Tell me this just doesn't make you smile. Like, moms, dads, like, you probably kind of know what this is about, but I loved it so much. Check it out.
Hi, Kayla Sullivan reporting live from the scene of the crime. Now, as you can see, this advent calendar was busted into prematurely. Now, the suspect, a 3-year-old juvenile, was told repeatedly he could only open one number each day. The boy denies any involvement in this break-in, accusing the elf on the shelf instead. According to the back of the box here, there should be 7 missing dinosaurs. Authorities conducted a search and seizure in the child's bedroom bedroom and found 6 dinos under the bed and 1 on his person. Pee-wee prosecutors have filed charges against the juvenile based on this evidence. When asked again whether he did this, the boy said, quote, "I want another one. Please, Mommy, I want another one." Sources say not getting another one will likely be the sentence for this crime. Back to you.
How incredible is that? It's so wholesome. I absolutely loved it. I had to watch it a couple times. Geez, that news anchor voice. Like she was locked in. I think that is incredible. Anyways, that's the end of this video. Let me know what you thought about some of these conversations. Let me know what you think about this almost strategic attack that I'm seeing on RFK Jr. Let me know if you are seeing the same thing. Like, to me, there's just like a huge rise in the frequency of these articles, and we got to talk about it. All right, we got, if not us, then who? Just like JFK said. I love it. And let me see. Let me know if you would go ahead and cancel your Daily Wire subscription if Brett Cooper would actually leave, if she calls it quits. Let me know if you think the Daily Wire is actually kind of, on a downward spiral. And let me know what you thought about Calley Means on Fox News, uplifting, making America healthy again, and kind of talking a little bit deeper about Twinkies and snacks and really going into the ingredients that are actually harmful and cancerous. Again, all these things are going to be linked up in the bio or linked up in the description if you want to see more. And please go ahead and sign up for the newsletter. Like I said, it's completely free, and we talk about the same things we do on this channel, but instead of making a video about it, we just send it to your inbox, and I think it's really, really exciting. And I hope you have a great day. Actually, instead of saying that, I'll say Merry Christmas, because it is December. It is the happiest time of year. It's like I have a permanent smile on my face this time of year. Okay, let me know what you think about all this. Sign up for the newsletter, and I will see you all next time. Hope you guys have a great and beautiful and fulfilling, productive day. All right. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Episode's over already? Geez, that was fast. Well, they say beautiful things do not last forever, but feel free to watch and listen to another one of these episodes if you're interested in those conversations as well. Also, this next part is huge. Make sure to obliterate that like and subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never skip a beat. I also have a newsletter where we dive into the news, politics, and ideas that shape our future. If you're interested in signing up, I'd really appreciate that. Anyways, that's the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and I'll see you next time.